Yo, what's up? My name is Retropat, and welcome back to my Dungeon Defenders Hardcore Ultimate Iron Man. Now, if you aren't familiar with this account or challenge, what are you doing? Go back to episode 1, but here is a quick overview of the rules. Essentially, a death equals I delete the character. I'm not allowed to trade, no multiplayer, and I'm also not allowed to save armor or store anything in the forge. For this challenge, I started everything over from scratch on my local save file, so I have around 116,000 mana that I've now stored up just from playing this challenge, which I can then spend on upgrades. I'm also using the Huntress, of course, one of the most difficult classes to probably even do this challenge with. Last episode was some of the most fun I've ever had playing Dungeon Defenders. It was amazing to overcome a challenge that I thought may have been close to impossible, and to discover new mechanics about the game and find new ways to use Huntress traps. I'm really sad, however, that the audio quality got super scuffed for that episode. Thankfully, it shouldn't be a case with this one. I always usually do a test run before I start recording, but I wanted to apologize again, guys, for that audio. That was atrocious. And if you stuck it out to watch through that super exciting moment, I really appreciate it. But let's get into today's challenge. I'll be taking on Alchemical Laboratory for the very first time on easy difficulty. It's going to be kind of scary because this does have an actual boss fight. So I don't think once the boss fight starts, I'm pretty sure I have to either beat the boss or I lose the game. Now, I also want to test out a few things, maybe pump some upgrades before I jump into that challenge. For example, my piercing shot. A lot of people were saying they were surprised I didn't take more use of that. And to be totally honest, I don't know why it's a problem I have. I don't always remember to use heroes like specific abilities. I don't know why the hero abilities, I end up getting too sucked into towers and end up kind of forgetting that hero abilities are a thing. Now, we have 115,000 mana sort of just sitting around, and if I die, I have to get rid of it anyway, so why not? Let's just go ahead and dump some of it into our upgrades. We do have our new shotgun that I've been using that could use some nice upgrades. We're going to look into whatever I want. Honestly, clip ammo. This thing needs to be reloaded decently often. A really good question I have for you guys, for the experts who are watching these videos: do you guys recommend uploading I guess I keep saying uploading, upgrading clip ammo? How significant is it actually? Is it worth it? I genuinely don't know. I think maybe around 30 or so is sort of where it definitely does fall off for sure, but honestly, damage might have been a little more efficient to go into. I'm gonna go ahead and put 50 here. I'm just gonna put 60 because I think a lot of the minions actually have 60 HP. I don't know if that's gonna correlate directly from damage number over to HP. I kind of doubt it, but let's dump this in as well. We're using a lot of mana here on this shotgun. I do want to be careful and stop there for the time being. We do have now my upgraded clip count. I almost want to do a quick hard run on Deeper Well. It's sort of become, honestly, just pattern at this point to just do a quick run before I jump into a new map, but no, I don't know. I want to just go straight into Alchemical Laboratory. I don't know how hard this is going to be. I haven't played this map in quite a while, especially on easy difficulty, but let's just wing it. Let's just wing it. Worst case scenario, I have to start the challenge from scratch. It's clearly not that bad, guys. Not a big deal, okay? Let's jump into it. Where are the chests? I'm going to go ahead and, weird little lag there. Apologies. Let's go grab these chests to see what I want to build, how I want to build. I'm going to collect all the mana and we'll go over a build strategy. Now, thankfully, this is one of the easier maps in all of Dungeon Defenders, honestly, to defend. It's just a very simple map, so it shouldn't be too difficult, I'm expecting. I'm going to go ahead and put a proximity mine trap here on both of these sides, essentially, both of these little pathways. As I'm watching my character move, I am kind of coming to a conclusion. I didn't want to initially dump stats into speed for a while because what happens in Dungeon Defenders is, like, once you reach, I think it's 100 movement speed, you sort of cap out, and you end up getting gear that will just give you 100 move speed, like, passively. You don't have to, like, work for it or anything like that. However, we're not really going to reach that point of the game. Like, I don't know if we'll actually reach that point of getting that high level of end game gear. So it honestly makes sense, it makes sense to kind of actually dump upgrades into it while I can before that actually even becomes a concern. I gotta go ahead and just do an Inferno trap here. I think I want I want them to be killed before they reach the proximity mine trap if possible, and then I'll do like a little smoke trap. I'll do the Inferno trap in front. Then I think what I'll do is I'll end up doing a gas trap here, like in between them. I think it's a decent build, but I could be wrong. Let's just go ahead and jump in. It's just wave 1. I think wave 1 is going to be pretty simple. My HP is pretty significantly low right now. Someone actually mentioned that I need to watch out for the kobolds. I do 139 damage per shot. I need to watch out for the kobolds because once kobolds start coming, once they become an issue, I'm pretty sure they will one-shot me. So that is something to be concerned about. Doing a lot of... My damage is very, very high. My damage seems very high, but I also need my damage to be super high. We probably start pumping into HP and more defenses here at some point. But I want my damage to be super high because I have to take care of the bosses, right? Like, especially like once we get to the summit eventually, I'm probably gonna have to like just straight up shoot the big dragon, the end game boss. I'm probably gonna have to shoot the dragon to death, and that's it. That's gonna be like my only way to victory. And it's tough because there's not any room for error, right? With the summit, if I mess that up, I probably just die. It's probably not a it's probably pretty hard to like lose that map itself without like a death, which would restart the whole challenge. There we go. Really, really easy first wave there. Gonna jump into the next wave here in a split second. I'm gonna take my time a little bit though to get all the resources I possibly can. I love the look of these miniguns. I say it all the time, but I don't think it's talked about enough. I feel like the weapon visual design in Dungeon Defenders is not nearly hyped up enough. And I kind of wish that there was more viable. I wish it was more viable to use those sort of weird, wacky looking pieces of gear that weren't I wish you could raise their stats enough to make them usable, but the upgrades aren't quite. It's not quite there. I used to do that growing up. I would always stick with the like shield hack and slash weapon you get on the squire from defeating the summit. I loved that weapon. I think you also got it from actually opening the chest inside of the like bonus room. I love that weapon. I think it's super, super cool. And I'd always like just upgrade that weapon and use that forever. I didn't care if I got weapons that were quote unquote better. I would just kind of use that and just upgrade it as much as possible. And that was good enough. And it was really cool to me. There's actually I guess a plot point in an anime called The King's Avatar, which is like one of the only pieces of video media that I've ever seen portray esports in a not cringe way. If you want to see video games be not cringe in media, it's very hard to find. Go check out King's Avatar. I definitely do strongly recommend it. We're gonna jump into the next wave here, but there's a plot point where he sort of plays a versatile class that doesn't really stick to one specific weapon type. He has this one specific weapon that may not be the best, but he upgrades it to the utmost degree, and then also with the amount of upgrades he puts into it, plus his own personal skill, he can make a non-traditional, non-meta weapon do really well, which I think is really cute in theory. I would love if Dungeon Defenders would allow that to be the case. Was that a kobold? I don't know if that was a kobold or just my own tower sort of taking it out. I'm trying to stop these guys from taking off. I'm going to heal here. It is always worth to heal, unironically. I don't know why these guys didn't get... Did they really not get poison trapped? That's kind of crazy. They're not in that range. Oh, that is a terrible spot to be in for me. That was a really bad spot. So how did that poison trap just not reach? That's unfortunate. Kind of shocking, honestly. I want to build an inferno trap here then. Maybe I'll have to build another poison trap? That feels like a waste. Maybe I just move this poison trap backwards because it's just so bad. That's so bad that it doesn't trigger on both the alleyways. Both of the choke points where the minions are coming in from. At that point, I might as well just sell. Let me just stop this guy actually from triggering that. Yeah, at that point, it is better to just sell the gas trap and move it backwards. Like, just straight here, where it's like that one choke point. I actually built... Okay, I built another... yes, another inferno trap. Just what I needed. I'll do the same thing over here. Let's go ahead and sell off the gas trap and just move it backwards. Going to be much more effective that way. And then build another inferno trap in front of this. We're currently sitting at 44 out of 85 max. We have plenty of defense units, honestly. A couple possible upgrades. Let's go ahead and check. The helmet here, not even close. I feel like this map is also just super visually beautiful. You kind of don't always have the time to pay attention and appreciate that sort of stuff, but there's so many trinkets, so many little potions, bits and bobs, and colorful pieces on this map that really make the world feel like there's something going on here, even when you're not playing the map. I would love to see the sort of wizard or whatever like lore creature or character that like works in this lab, aside from the demon, I guess, when you're not here playing. There will be some kobolds coming in I'll really have to keep an eye out for. I kind of don't mind the idea of just building some sacrificial traps, is what I would call them, which are essentially just proximity mines up here. As long as these don't trigger these other traps in the back, I mean, I'm kind of happy with that. If these traps eventually go down or whatever. Same with over here. Like, I don't mind doing like, okay, like, let me just place a proximity mine trap here, and if they come through here, sure, it takes some out, it whittles them down. It does the work that I need it to do. Let me actually move this one back a little bit more, back over here. Perfect, perfect. Any other traps I'm looking at placing? I don't think so. I don't think I'm gonna need any spike traps on this map. I'm gonna go ahead and jump into a 5 out of 7. Really, really, really easy map so far, honestly. And I kind of knew this would be a ridiculously easy map until the boss. The reason I'm playing this map on easy difficulty and playing it so safe is because of the boss. There's just so much risk inherently with an account like this that I don't have room for mistakes. If I get locked into a boss fight, or a fight that I can't win, I'm pretty sure the boss, I'm pretty sure that he, like, doesn't attack the crystal. That I may be totally wrong on that, but I think, let me actually move this. Actually, you know, I kind of want this here. I'm pretty sure the boss, like, doesn't attack the crystal. I'm actually, like, pretty sure that he just, he will gun for me and just try to kill me. I'm actually placing these proximity mines, for the boss. These are being placed for the boss once he spawns to help me take care of him, rather than the actual little other normal minions that are coming in right now. Everything else is getting taken care of pretty well. I kind of want to get an upgrade on this Inferno trap if I can get it in time. It's going to be a little close. I almost get cleaved by this guy, but nope, that's totally okay. We'll save some points. I guess I can always build in between. I have the temptation to build during the combat phase, but it's just so inefficient, honestly. Unless you're a character that has decent casting rate, is kind of spec'd into that. Seems like a pretty easy... We still have actually like 50 or so minions left, to be honest, for this wave. We're kind of just coming out section by section, wave by wave. The Inferno traps really seem to need the level ups out of any trap, I feel like, the most, because they have like such few detonation counts. I feel like it's probably something I need to kind of work on here coming up soon, is my detonation count skill. There we go. Wave 5 out of 7 complete. A level up there. I was really hoping to get that level up before jumping into the boss fight, since we kind of had a little bit of XP to gain. 4 points to spend. I want to start dumping stuff into speed here. Only 4 to spend. I have plenty of damage. I'm good on damage. If anything, what I do here is I probably dump... I think I want to do 2 into detonation count and 2 into hero speed. I do want to slowly start... Like, hero speed in a challenge like this is survivability, and that's really, really important, right? But the problem is I have to also, like, readjust. Whenever I gain hero speed, I'm going to have to factor in, like, okay, am I going to jump into lava now? Like, when I jump over this thing at this speed, like, I'm really going to have to really, really mentally adjust when I do that. When I make certain jumps in the game, like going over Magus quarters and such like that, there's just so many lava pits. If you don't have a good control over your speed, you can make a really stupid mistake and end the whole challenge. We finish building the other proximity mine trap over here for when the boss is actually spawned. I kind of want to build like an Inferno trap over here, I guess, as well. I don't think I need to build a gas trap, because from my knowledge, from what I've learned, I kind of doubt that the gas trap actually stops the boss, which makes sense. I feel like a boss shouldn't get gas trapped, that's for sure, honestly. The ogre does not, which is kind of shocking, but also makes sense, you know what, when I'm thinking about it. But I think I just want it because the Huntress feels so underpowered in comparison to the other classes, where I'm like, yeah, you know what, maybe the ogres should get stalled for a little bit, but that's probably for the better. This is the first piece of armor gear where I'm kind of like, wow, this is like almost worth picking up. Obviously, it needs some levels and stuff into it, but the 3 tower damage is like pretty significant, honestly, over the other stats. I kind of might take it, to be honest. Yeah, I think I'm going to. I think I actually do value the, we'll go upgrade it as well while we're here, why not? I actually super do value the, it's so cheap to level. Honestly, just putting more into trap damage, I wonder if I value that more than, plus I get a boost from it being all leather as well. That does continue the, I mean, that 33% stat boost or whatever, from it just being all leather, which is really funny, honestly. I kind of just want to put more trap damage. I'm going to do 1 of the trap damage. Ooh, put it into 7. Okay, we'll do that. There we go. And then it's a +1 upgrade. So we'll leave it at that for the time being, and then pump some into resistances. There we go. We spent a fair bit, like 50 or 40k of our mana this episode. All right, here we go. Here's the perfect Inferno trap in the middle of everything as well. This is looking pretty good. I think everything's healed up for the most part. The main thing this wave is going to be stocking up enough mana to... I should actually build max traps. I'm only at 70 out of 85 defense units, and you always really do, in my opinion. From what it seems, want to build max traps, even over upgrading stuff. Like, I feel like the effectiveness of having multiple traps, so I want to actually go ahead and take the mana to heal there, because I don't ever want to die from something stupid. Going pretty well so far. Should be a pretty consistent wave unless I make an absolutely bonehead mistake. So I'm hoping that we don't see a bonehead mistake, but I'll see you guys if we do. Oh, the crystal is under attack. I'm making my way over around 2, and I'm kind of in a bad position to actually defend it properly. So these traps over here actually did go ahead and protect it. Didn't expect to need that. Didn't build those for that case, but whatever gets the job done, I will take it. Definitely don't want these Inferno traps that are level upped to go down as well. These guys have a lot of ogres, or orcs rather, getting stocked up over here. We'll go ahead and slowly whittle these guys down. My shot speed on this shotgun is so slow. Doing really good damage though. No, you know, don't mean to complain. It's a little funny to see a little pitter patter out like that and pew pew pew. Okay, we'll get a little heal on that. Nice, a big heal honestly. A proximity mine did go down. I don't know where it must have. Maybe it was one over here actually. These traps don't seem to get triggered too much. Yeah, it must have been. I think there was one right here, if I'm not mistaken. Why can't I build it? I just saw it blink green for a second. There we go. I'll build it there, I guess, with the super slow build speed. There is one goblin off over in the distance. Yeah, this one's at 4. I think I healed this a time or two as well. Honestly, I'll just go ahead and put an upgrade into that. So we're at 70 out of 85. Final wave coming up here. Boss wave, there it is. That's what I'm afraid of. Yep, you figured it out. It's the boss. Okay. Let's get all of that upgraded as much as possible. Everything healed. Everything needs to be healed for detonation count for this wave. And then I also need some extra, probably something over here, honestly. I think I'd be pretty happy with that, having extra little traps over here. If some traps go down during the wave itself, that is totally okay. This is the last wave, so as long as I get through, that's all that matters. I don't really care about traps getting destroyed. There's also these, traps up here. Let's go ahead and give an upgrade on this one. These guys have kind of been putting in work, honestly. Getting off a ton of damage and whittling things down a ton before reaching the real choke points. Okay, I went ahead and built some extra Inferno traps around the crystal. Really just as much damage as I can possibly kind of wrap around this for the boss. I'm feeling pretty safe. I don't want to go into this too cocky, but I don't know. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Hopefully I don't get punished. I actually want to go ahead and put an upgrade on this Inferno trap. This is the final wave of a new map. The first time actually beating a map on my local save that wasn't beaten prior on this challenge was cool. I want to take care of these kobolds if possible, but it's kind of greedy for me to try to do this myself. Honestly, just leaving those to my traps is probably more efficient, much safer, and ideal versus going for the risky clears, but we do safely take care of them well enough. I'm kind of going to get an upgrade off here. If I see an archer or hear an archer, I can actually hear archers kind of aiming with their bow at me as I hear them pull back. So keeping an ear out for that is really good. Sound cues in Dungeon Defenders are super powerful for sure. It also just encourages you to play with the amazing in-game sounds. So you know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and get that repaired. Repairs are pretty quick at least, which is honestly quite nice. Maybe at some point I want to put some stats into casting rate, but I'm going to be super honest. It's so low on my priority list. Like, it'd be nice. It'd be nice for sure. I can't imagine I actually dump that much over the entire playthrough. And it's just so low on my priority list. Like, if I get around to it, I'll get around to it. But there's so many things that I'd rather have over casting rate, to be completely honest. A proximity mine trap did go down. If I had to guess, I kind of bet it was one of the ones. I should actually go heal this really quick. Yeah, while I'm at it. I bet it was one of the ones, leading down to these staircases. Actually, a couple of them seemingly went down. I'm going to go ahead and build this here, I guess. I don't know if it's too late for this to be super effective. I mean, honestly, it'll get a nice little trigger there if those guys actually do trigger it. I don't know if they're actually... I feel like when you build a trap... Oh, there's another one going down. I think it's just the ones in the staircases going down, which is honestly mostly okay. Like, there is... Those two are pretty low, though. Maybe I'll actually heal this, for example, at 1. That is super, super, super low. Heal this one over at 2. That's okay. We're about to see the boss here in a split second anyway, which is all we really care about. So we're getting towards the end, fellas. This one is fine. There's one over here that's pretty damaged at 2. But that's okay. We're almost there. 4 minions left, I think most of which are kobolds. Yep. 3 kobolds left I can actually see on the map. Someone take care of them. So I don't have to, you know. There it is. Here it is. Here it comes. I'm going to get some upgrades on the towers surrounding the crystal. Since the boss is fast and approaching, I'm going to build more mine traps around. The problem is I do think that these will kind of all trigger each other, so this is kind of bad. There should be some way to actually skip. There's some way to skip this this countdown, but I forget what the key is. There is also a possible helmet upgrade. I want to go check before the timer finishes, but that is kind of an upgrade. I'm going to snap that on really quick. However, I kind of just realized that might not have been leather, which is going to affect my stats heading into the boss fight, which is why I kind of err on the side of caution and not doing stuff like that. But I'm right next to the Demon Lord as well. If he hits me with 1 melee attack, am I dead? I'm going to spam shift. I'm going to be spamming shift as fast as I can here to jump into invisibility, because I don't know. I'm going to operate under the fact, yep, there's my cooldown. Okay, I'm going to operate under the fact that if he hits me, I'm dead. I feel like that is the way I have to do this. So I'm just going to kite him as much as possible. I'm not seeing other minions. Okay, no. Other minions are spawning. Okay. I need mana. Did he range attack me, or was that what? Yeah. That's his range attack. Okay, he's doing... He honestly does, like, not bad damage. I need to heal. We're doing decent damage to him with my towers. Dodging his ranged attacks. Oh, no. Okay, I need to be careful, dude. What am I doing? Okay, let's kill the kobold. Okay, let me get a heal. Oh, I actually don't want to. Oh my god, that damage. Can I invisibility? What is that damage? Let me self-heal. I need to just do damage to him with my dungeons. I do a lot of damage to him, I think. Actually, I don't do that much damage. Let me self-heal here. He does a lot to me, to be honest. I need to dodge whatever I can. Okay, this is actually really, really close. Oh, what's my piercing shot do to him? I need to bait him over. He's at 500 HP. Okay, this was a tough fight. That was actually... Ooh, okay. I mean, that was a tougher fight than I expected. I thought that was going to be much easier, given how easy everything was leading up to it. Oh, but we took care of it. Oh, we took care of it. There was a couple times where if I took one more range attack from him, I was kaput. That was close. Hey, that was close, but that is also the motto of this series, okay? Everything's going to be tight. Everything's going to be close. Everything is going to be a clencher. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the ride with me, the roller coaster of emotions. Like this video if you enjoy this series and want to see more hardcore Ultimate Iron Man on the Dungeon Defenders account of the channel. Like it if you enjoyed it, dislike if not, subscribe for videos every other day, usually being Dungeon Defenders content, spicing it up a little bit here and there, and just have a great day. Play some Dungeon Defenders, defend your dungeons, and play whatever games you're enjoying today. I'll see you guys later. Peace, Reno. Yo, thank you so much for watching until the very end of the video, and a huge shout out to everybody listed here who goes above and beyond, supports the Patreon, and allows me to focus more on Dungeon Defenders content. Thanks again. Have a great day.